What a Beautiful Morning by Arthur A. Levine and illustrated by Katie Cath. The dedication page says, "For my dad, who felt that every morning was beautiful. For my mom, who keeps the song going. To Ellen Ward, for your strength, friendship, and loving kindness. Also to my wonderful grandparents." Summer days at Grandpa's house began with a booming song. One with big round notes about a beautiful morning, because that's how it felt to Grandpa and Noah. They were already up to notice. Grandma? She didn't quite see it that way. So Grandpa and Noah brought her a cup of steaming coffee, which helped. Then they took off down the road with the dog, singing. Raincoat and galoshes and umbrella songs, boats and beaches and sailors come home songs, bright breaking dawn through the clouds songs, singing as long as the walk would last. They even sang while Grandma made them cinnamon French toast, which sometimes led to slightly burned toast, and nobody ever minded. Then they'd talk about their plans for the rest of the day. "What's on the docket?" Grandpa would say. And Noah always had dozens of docket ideas. But this year, Grandpa forgot to ask what was on the docket almost every day. One morning, he couldn't remember how to cut his cinnamon French toast. "Your fork is here, Grandpa," Noah said. Then, once, when Noah accidentally woke him from a nap, Grandpa looked scared and said, "Who are you? And what are you doing here?" Noah banged out the screen door and stood in the middle of the lawn, breathing hard, a painful lump in his throat. Grandma came outside after him and kneeled down so she could look in his eyes. She touched Noah's cheek, sighed, and said, "Grandpa knows you. He just gets confused, that's all. So we have to appreciate what he still has, not focus on what's lost." Noah thought that was like trying to feel good about the toys you still had when your favorite one got left behind at the beach. So Noah went ahead with his own docket. He walked the dog. He fed the birds. He vroomed his trucks up and over the spreading swamp maple. And he sat at the piano practicing "Doe a Deer." He sang the line about starting at the very beginning, but then he played from the middle, which he thought was an even better place to start. Then suddenly there was Grandpa singing about a ray of golden sun, and he sang the rest of the song too, at the top of his lungs. "Not bad, eh?" said Grandpa when they had finished. "Not bad, Grandpa," said Noah. At lunch, when Grandpa seemed lost, Noah sang Grandpa's favorite tuna sandwich song. And sure enough, Grandpa's eyes got brighter, and he joined right in. Oh please, no celery for me." Noah couldn't keep it all up all day. He was used to Grandpa starting the songs. But Grandpa took a long nap, and Grandma and Noah came up with a docket of their own. They picked blueberries. They got cream from the market. They collected recycled treasures from the dump to paint when they got home. And later, as they made meatballs together, Grandma said, "Hey, isn't there a Snoopy song about supper time?" Noah sang it bright and loud. Grandpa looked surprised at first, and then he smiled just like he used to. It was like the sun breaking through clouds. The next morning, Grandma got up and made coffee for Grandpa. "What's on the docket?" she asked Noah. "Maybe a walk with Grandpa," Noah said softly. He wasn't sure. But Grandma laid out Grandpa's walking clothes and made sure Noah had a sweatshirt too. "Go ahead, sing, Bubby," she said to Noah, as he and Grandpa headed out the door, hand in hand. And they took off down the road together, planning to go for as long as the song would last.